So let's talk about one other device. You mentioned, the 516 GE from Acer, but we have another gaming device in the office. Have we done an unboxing yet?
Yeah.
Did we unbox?
Yeah.
Honestly, I had to look.
Yeah,
Bro.
I just put it in my post this morning.
I had to look yesterday when I was putting the best stuff together. I was like,
It's been a crazy
unbox
few
that?
It's in there.
weeks.
Yeah, it's there.
So the Lenovo gaming
we have
Chromebook.
the
Chromebook gaming edition.
we have
What
the
is it?
i5.
IdeaPad Gaming Chromebook. Yes,
Okay.
I believe we have the
we do
i5.
have the i5,
So
which
it's
is now available too.
Yes.
When we did the unboxing, it was not.
Correct.
So it's come available.
Interesting device.
It is.
It's on par in most aspects with the Acer. I've not really
And
handled.
it fights directly with it.
Spec wise, they're pretty much identical. What's the brightness on the Acer?
I think they're the same panel.
So same panel,
I think they're both
350, RGB keyboard, Core i5. The only difference internally is the Acer has the P series processor. The Lenovo has the U series.
I keep forgetting that.
So I haven't. We need to do our own benchmarks, but I'm sure if we get on the CPU Monkey or whatever, we can see. I will almost guarantee you that the P series is going to beat the U series in most aspects.
We just got more threads, right?
Yeah, so you have 2 more cores and 4 more threads.
Yeah,
so it will multitasking. It's going to outperform. The GPU's the same. They're both Iris Xe graphics.
Yep.
On normal day-to-day use and even on cloud gaming, you will not notice the difference.
No.
The one area that the Lenovo seems to fall behind, just based on Robbie's early hands-on, is that the Acer just has a better build quality. It has,
Sure. It's the Acer has an aluminum base. Like the entire bottom isn't aluminum, but the entire bottom,
which we see a lot with
stabilizes.
Acer's mid-range devices.
This is what they do.
Aluminum top and bottom, and then they'll have some sort of composite or whatever on the keyboard deck, which is no big deal because your palms are resting on the keyboard deck. You don't really handle when you're picking it up, you're feeling that outer chassis.
as long as it's firm.
Well, Lenovo is just aluminum on the top, right?
Yeah, aluminum lid, all plastic bottom on a device that big.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's kind of bendy.
That's just physics. That's leverage.
The European version, the overseas versions have these cool aesthetic on. Lenovo started doing this little 1/3 stripe down the lid, which looks cool, and this one has that. But there's no design on it. The European version has these little pill-shaped bubbles.
Yeah, it was cool.
And it looks gamey without being over the top. I wouldn't feel bad about walking into a meeting with it, But here's where things start to break down. Apples to apples, they're both great devices, and you could recommend either one based off the specs. The Acer is $649 retail.
Yep.
I'm sure it'll go on sale at some point. Lenovo's i3 retails for $5-something, but it sold for $399 until they sold out.
Yeah.
The i5 on Lenovo's website is $799.
Oof.
Yeah.
When we found that, it was like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's my son's favorite new word, by the way. Oof.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's a great word.
It means
Good
he
word.
died. Is what
Oof.
I don't know if it's Lanky Box or
He's-
one of the gamers
You're
that he
saying
watches.
so many weird things right now.
It's one of the ones he watches that does. The guy does gameplay for
Roblox and Minecraft.
No, Five Nights at Freddy's, and then there's another
okay.
one, Missy.
I don't know. I can't watch Lanky
They
Box.
say,
They annoy me.
they say oof a lot.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
It's
oof.
probably right. It's rubbed off on me for my kids. It's a constant like. Ugh,
But it's
oof.
it's a verb though. It's like he oofed. It means he died.
okay.
He died.
I only use it as like. Ugh.
Yeah.
Reactive.
So, but yeah, $799.
No bueno.
That's a tough pill to swallow because for $799 you can buy an Acer Spin 714 and have some money left over, and you've got a comparable device that's also a convertible and a touchscreen.
And aluminum and a stowed stylus.
Yeah, and all of those things.
Better built.
So
there's a lot of reasons.
there's all the reasons. Oh, and it will
all the
also do
reasons.
cloud gaming just fine. You just don't get an RGB keyboard.
You're not getting 120 hertz screen.
True.
Yeah.
But if you sit it next to the Acer, which I feel like of the 3 gaming Chromebooks is the more measuring stick. Like this is
absolutely.
They put the pieces together in the right order. The build quality of the Lenovo is less, but I think the speakers on both of them are really good. The Lenovo does have a better keyboard. Right. Lenovo makes great keyboards, and Acer usually makes mediocre keyboards at best. The RGB lighting is better on the Lenovo. The keyboard's better. The trackpads maybe a push between the two. Like neither one of them were bad.
Yeah.
And the 516's good. It's not spectacular, which is good. The ocean glass thing. But Lenovo's wasn't off-putting. And then internals, they're the same. And so really it just comes down to that kind of floppy exterior
Yeah.
portion, which it moves around a lot, more than I'd like, and that slight difference you were talking about in the processor. And so the only win for Lenovo is the keyboard. and I don't know, I feel like maybe you could make concession to say that they could be the same price, maybe. I don't think a keyboard offsets the build quality issue, and I don't think it offsets the slight degradation in processor. But even if they were both 650, I'm like, okay. You like the look of the Lenovo better, maybe, or something, or whatever. Or you are really picky about keyboards, then that's okay. But 800 and 650,
Shoo.
Never. Not one time ever would I tell you to go buy the Lenovo.
Yeah, because I'm the same way. At 650, if they were both 650, I'm going to lean towards the Acer just because I like the way Acer's looks and, whatever. And I can get past the keyboard. I'm usually using an external keyboard
it's
anyway.
Good. Like the GE is good.
Yeah,
it's not like it's a bad keyboard.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite Acer keyboards.
And if you're buying it for gaming and the keyboard's that important to you, then by all means go for the Lenovo. But I can't in good conscience recommend it at $799. But right now you can get it for $647.
And then is there a Rakuten thing?
That's with Rakuten.
Okay.
So if you do the Rakuten thing, there's 2 different promo codes that you can use that knocks like $65 off of it. But Rakuten's doing a holiday deal of 12% cash back. So you won't get that discount immediately, obviously. But when your next big fat check comes, you're going to get whatever 12% of $735 is.
Yeah.
You end up getting the device for $647. So that's a different story.
Yeah,
I can recommend it at that price.
It changes the narrative.
Yeah, personally, if I had $650 and some change, I'd buy the Acer if I were looking for one of the gaming Chromebooks. But if you like the Lenovo, is it worth $650? Absolutely. Absolutely,
sure.
it is.
Yeah, and it's again, I don't, like, it's so funny. Sometimes we get talking about one Chromebook versus another, and it's easy to almost make it sound like this one's great and this one's terrible.
It's not. No, it's not
way.
that at all.
Like these are 2 very similar devices in most ways, but there's certain things that appeal to certain people, and one of those to me is, again, we've talked about it multiple times during this episode. Like, it's just an attention to detail in the things that make a Chromebook feel good.
Right.
And the Lenovo feels like a less expensive, larger Chromebook, like they just tend to feel kind of bendy and floppy, and I don't like that. I just don't like a device when I pick it up that it doesn't feel stable.
Yeah, because like for me,
I don't care if it's plastic.
If I was going off aesthetics alone, no touchy, just you had a picture of all 3 of them up there.
I like the Lenovo.
I'd go for the Asus. The Asus is gorgeous in my opinion, just
That's
like
true.
the C436, only device to ever have that pearlescent lid. Gorgeous device, but then the minute you got your hands on it, you're like,
did not
just
like
put it
that
on your
one.
desk
Nope.
and leave it there.
Yeah. So in the Asus, we leave it out of these conversations a lot. That's a weird one.
It's 11th gen, it's 1080, but you get 144. It's just
it's
just an
super
odd device.
ghosty screen.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't done our review of it, and
do we have
we'll
it?
get around to it at
Okay.
some
Did we
point.
unbox that one?
No.
Okay.
I started using it, forgot to unbox it, and I was like, I don't know.
It could just get its own little
And
video.
again,
I think we're going to do just a video
Right.
about it, and why I think it's the least, the one that I would recommend least, because it's a 144 hertz 1080p screen, and it's got ghosting issues, like kind of bad. And so even though it registers at 144, it's so bad, I had to go find a web-based test to make sure it was actually doing 100.
Right.
I didn't believe it was 144 from the look of it, because the 120 looks so smooth. Everything, all the animations look so smooth. It is technically refreshing the screen 144 times a second, but there's so much ghosting on the screen,
Doesn't
it doesn't
matter.
look like
Yeah.
it. And so, like, the whole thing is the way it looks to your eyeballs. Who cares about the spec? And so now and it's only 250 nit panel too.
Right.
And so
Right.
there's there's so many
and that
downsides
that
there.
goes right back to what we were talking to. Does that mean, is it a horrible Chromebook? No.
Right.
But it's also $50 more than the Acer, and it's an 11th gen processor.
Right. It doesn't
And
make
you've
any
got
sense.
all those little nits that make it not great. At $499, is it a good value? Yeah. At $699, no, I'm not going to recommend you buy that.
And you may be looking at that device and thinking, well, it converts, and it doesn't have a USI pen input, but I think it's some of these higher refresh rate screens, like the panels just won't work with the pens or whatever, because the Lenovo and Acer, neither one of them have touch input, and so that could be a turn off for some people. And so, like, the Asus has touch, and it's still got high refresh screen, and you just said 11th gen processors are good. They are. It's there's nothing wrong with the performance of that device. And the keyboard's really good on it. It literally is the CX5 CM5 from last year with a different panel on it.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Chromecast podcast. If you want to see the full episode, it's linked down in the description. This is just a little segment.
Yeah.
So if
appetizer.
It's an appetizer.
Just a little nugget.
It's a Thanksgiving
It's
appetizer.
a Thanksgiving appetizer.
It's like
Hope you
deviled
like
eggs.
it. That's right. A little deviled egg clip.
One or two.
That's right. Yeah. If you like this, give us a thumbs up. Go down there and click subscribe, and make sure to ring the notification bell icon so that you get an alert when we put out future clips. All right, that's it for this one. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.